Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rob, and welcome to The Savage Body. Today, I want to talk to you about whether or not you can tell by feel alone whether or not somebody has pain in their neck or back. You hear it every time you lay your hands on somebody. Oh yeah. Oh, does it feel tight there? Does it feel tight back there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it feels like there's a knot there.
Oh, is that a knot?
Oh yeah, it's so knotty.
In there? Oh, who's naughty?
Oh, my neck is so knotty.
Who's naughty?
It's just knotty.
Who's naughty?
It's knotty.
Oh, who's naughty?
I'm naughty.
Oh,
it feels so knotty in there.
Oh, who's got knots in their neck?
Me.
Who's naughty?
I'm naughty.
Who's naughty?
I'm naughty.
Who's naughty, huh?
The question is, does pain in an area reliably produce palpable changes in muscle and tissue quality? I have before me a paper by Ming et al. Published in 2012 in the Annals of Physical and Rehabilitation Medicine entitled Lower Back Pain and Neck Pain, : Is it possible to determine the painful side by palpation only? It's a good one. Okay, so here's how the paper went. They had two working hypotheses. The first was that when neck or lower back pain was unilateral, it would be accompanied by increased muscle tension on the same body side, and this muscle increase in tension could be detected manually. The protocol that they used was simple. Patients with unilateral neck or lower back pain were examined by an examiner who had to determine the painful side by muscle palpation alone and without seeking to trigger pain. The examiner was blinded to the patient's pain status. If the examiner could do better than chance, the two hypotheses would be true. If the opposite was true, one or other or both of the hypotheses would be false. Basically what they did is they got 100 patients with low back pain, 100 patients with neck pain. The pain was on one side or the other, and then they had a manual therapy trained physician, so either a DO or maybe a physiatrist. They had them enter the room, perform the examination, and they told the patients that they were to sit there quietly and not respond, not give the physician any kind of clues, not wince, not say anything, not respond. Which seems kind of, it's kind of insane. Yeah, we're gonna send a doctor in and he's gonna poke you and
don't you even think about flinching.
They also got these patients' consent. The patients signed up for it, so maybe it's not that weird. So the doctor walks into the room and they perform their examination and the patient's sitting there quietly, and then the doctor goes, I think the pain was on the right side of the neck.
No! It was on the left! You're so wrong, you're so dumb. Go back to school, Doc.
And so basically that was the study. If you were to have a layperson walk into a room and perform the same sort of test, but instead of touching the patient and examining them, they just flipped a coin and they said, oh, heads, it's the right side that's painful, or tails, the left side's painful, they would get it right about 50% of the time. So the question is, can these physicians who have spent years building up the sensitivity of their manual examination skills beat coin flip odds? Can they beat 50%? How much can they beat it by? And what does that mean? Table 2 shows you the success at finding pain in the right side versus the left side of the lower back. And ultimately what it shows is that the therapists got it right about 64.8% of the time, which is statistically significant. It's better than coin toss, but it ain't that much better than coin toss now, is it? And then if we're looking at table 4 with the results for neck pain, what we find is the correct painful side was identified about 58.5% of the time. In the researchers' own words, the correct side was identified in 55 of the 94 cases, which is 58.5%. The difference with respect to a value of 50% that would have been obtained by chance alone was not statistically significant, which is to say that using your hands to identify pain in the neck is an unreliable tool. It's ineffective. So the theory underpinning this study was that greater muscle tension is an indicator of pain or pathology on one side versus the other. That might be the case, but maybe highly skilled manual physicians aren't even good enough to detect it reliably. People just aren't that good at determining which side is going to be stiffer and whether the stiffness correlates to the pain. The question that you're asking the patient is, on the side that I found more tension, is that where the pain is? Finding that pain doesn't have to be, I use my magic hand spell. It doesn't have to be that. It could be a conversation, and that's fine. I just don't want people walking around thinking they got wizard fingers when they just got a couple of meat hooks like everybody else. ego is the reason that the physical therapy profession is so chock full to bursting with trash. There are so many interventions, frameworks, and schemas that just don't hold water. They don't pass the sniff test. But the reason that they continue to be practiced and preached is because the teachers got too much ego and money on the line, and because the adherents got too much ego on the line themselves. They've already put too much money into whatever the school is. People have let their egos go unchecked, and people have let other people's egos go unchecked, unchallenged, untested. Physical therapists, if we want our profession to be respected, then we have to be respectable. The reason that I'm talking about this paper right now is because I want you to know your hands alone are not enough to determine consistently what side of the body the pain is on. That's it. That's the whole point of this video. It's just an ego check. I would love for you to start a conversation down below about ego, how it impacts your profession, how it impacts the medical profession, how it impacts the world at large, how it impacts individuals, how it impacts huge groups of people. Talk about ego down below. I want to hear what you think about it. Otherwise, that's it. That's all I got. I'm gonna go cool my jets. But remember, I'm in my office all day, every day. If you want to get a hold of me, you know how to do that. Otherwise, like, share, subscribe, help me out. And cool. Enlighten the mind, elevate the spirit, and make savage the body.